What's up, people? It's your man, Urban Lover, reporting live and direct from the Urban Mobile. Watched the game last night. Before we go into like, oh, the Lakers was good, this and that, keep in mind it's preseason. Once again, like I said before and over again, in preseason, a lot of teams are basically utilizing what they have off their bench and see what different lineups or who's going to make the roster, different things like that. Everybody's going to play their heart out to a degree. Lakers played, really no starters played last night besides, well, not really no starters because Dwight Howard started. KCP, Alex Caruso, Novell, and Dudley played. Now, keep in mind, Dudley just coming off an injury, so you really going to get too much from him. I was hoping that, he was going to get into some type of rhythm, but he only played 15 minutes, didn't really get too much from him. Dwight Howard had a good game. Now, before I go into, other people like Kakak and Novell, I want to say this. Remember, we played the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors basically had most of their G League players in, second-string players, bench players, and Steph Curry. That was it. None of their star players. Some of the guys might even make the cut. I don't know. I don't know which direction the Golden State Warriors are deciding to go. So when you play a team like Golden State Warriors, based on the fact that you don't know what you're getting because you got Klay Thompson that's out, you basically hit all starters out except for Steph Curry. And based on the fact that I'm losing some quality key players going into the season, you got to think about, like I said, the direction they're going. Now, the Lakers took full advantage of this team, beat them up. They beat them in the first game. They beat them again this game. But I want y'all to remember the game they played against the Nets. So before we, go into a conclusion, say, well, what about this guy, that guy? Look at the games that we lost compared to the games that we won. Because at the end of the day, you'll look at it and see, okay, well, is there consistency among these players? Because here's the thing. Once again, when you go into a game as somebody who's trying to make the roster cut or the final roster cut, whatever it may be, you want to go in there with all the motivation to hopefully try to get that spot. You're going to go in there and you're going to play hard. Not just against teams that basically are struggling or teams that's trying to figure themselves out as well, but teams that also know that they're only missing like, what, one or two key players, but they're still playing their starters, mostly throughout the whole of the game. So you look at the Nets played most of their starters almost throughout the whole game. They were, rotating them in and out, but they were still playing. The only one who was really missing was Kyrie, and you know that Kevin Durant might not play the whole season, so we don't know about that as of yet. But Kyrie was the only one that was really out against, with the Nets. So when you look at their stats compared to the Nets, compared to the Warriors, you can see a big difference. Nets came out to play. Warriors, not so much. Let's be honest. They didn't really play defense. Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee was doing whatever they want to these guys. They're small. Golden State Warriors like to run them small ball lineups. As you can see, this is why I say I'm kind of happy that the Lakers are going with the big man theory. Not shooting all them threes. I'm not a big fan of the threes. I know some fans are, but I like somebody to clog up the middle and prevent those guys from getting them easy layups. If you got a guy, an interior defender in the middle, preventing these guys from getting easy layups and all that, right? And you can play good man-to-man defense on the perimeter. That's the best defense ever because most of these teams are going to try to take the three anyway. So if you run these guys off the perimeter, making them run to your big man and making him awkward their shots, easy missed layups and all that, is an opportunity for you to get a fast break score. It's simple, just simple basketball. But anyway, JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard had tremendous games against a team basically still trying to find itself. I know that people say, well, it's the Golden State Warriors, but you got to look at who they had on the floor. I'm not biased. I'm sorry. One thing about me, I got to keep it real. Like I said, Novell had a good game, can't knock his game. Caruso kind of like disappeared in the last 3 games, if you notice. This game, right, he didn't take too many shots. He was basically, I guess, being a facilitator for the team, but he didn't really do too much. KCP, pretty good. I mean, I think he had 11 points, something like that. Kakak had a good game. He had both his best games were against the Warriors, which you can show that the Warriors they're just not a match for the Lakers. Because if you look at the Lakers, based on the fact they got bigs, JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard, it's not a good matchup for the Warriors. They got to go get them a big man, you know what I'm saying, in order to match up with the Warriors. Especially when you put LeBron James in the mix, it's over for the Warriors. I mean, I'm not going to knock them, but they got to get a big man. They got to get somebody that's going to bang down low with the likes of Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. Draymond Green is not going to, he's not going to be able to be that man every day and day in and day out. So we'll see. But anyway, but if you look at them when they play the Nets, when the Nets actually matched up with them pretty good because they had a big man. They had a couple big men to actually match up with JaVale and Dwight Howard. So with that difference in schemes, you can see that the Nets were able to take advantage of what the Lakers put out on the floor compared to the Warriors. The Warriors just had no answer because the Warriors game is based on shooting threes. You know, ball movement, getting easy layups, shooting threes. But if you ain't got no interior defense and your top two defenders are out, you know, Clay and Dre, then you got to think, where's the other defense coming from? Golden State Warriors ain't really had no defense. They had no defense in the first game. You know, kudos to the Lakers, you know, beat them. Like I said, it's preseason. All I'm doing is basically just analyzing, seeing what I see out there before I can jump to a conclusion and say, yeah. Because we got in the habit of doing that the previous seasons. You know, oh, this guy going to be good, that guy going to be good. And they wind up not being anything. So I'm not going to be so quick to say, okay, he's good, this guy. I got to see, we got, well, I think, what, 4 more preseason games, I think, left, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully we'll get to see them play against another top-notch team because the Warriors right now, they're in disarray right now. I mean, they trying to figure out who they are. You know, and we'll see something different when they go into the regular season because Draymond, Clay might not come into like, what, probably the second half of the season, something like that. But Draymond, Steph, and whoever the retaining players they had from the previous year, they basically know the offensive scheme. They're trying to, you know, basically get some new guys in there because they lost the likes of Kevin Durant, Andre Iguodala, Livingston. They lost a couple of their key players. So by them losing their key player, they got to find people to fit into those elements. You know, even Cook. So, I mean, is it Cook? Yeah, no, it's Cook. Yeah, I think it's Cook with us. So they're trying to find what elements to fit within their, you know, their roster. So I understand that. So they're going to take spankings. So I'm not going to be so hyped up on them beating the, you know, the Warriors. Let's be honest. You know, but like I said, you know, they looked good. I mean, they all still, to me, they looked okay. They both to do what they're supposed to do. Against a team like that had basically G Leaguers, bench players, and all that, and their second string players, you go in there and you dominate. That's what you're supposed to do. At the end of the day, I still want to see that consistency when they go play against another top-notch preseason team that's actually playing with their starters. Because keep in mind, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, they were having their thing off because, like I said, you're playing against the Warriors bench and, you know, their second string players. So we'll see what we'll see when they play their next game. And make some determinations from there. But I got to see consistency. Before I be so quick to say, oh, yeah, Novel's good, Kakak good, I won't do that because they didn't show me nothing against the Nets, the 2 games they played. I only think even one of them scored in double figures, I think. I think 7 and one had 3. One might have had 11, I'm not too sure. But I don't think they really did too much against the Nets. But I know against the Warriors, they showed off. But against the Nets, a team that's destined to look way better than what the Warriors look right now, with the addition of Kevin Durant and Jordan and Kyrie Irving, they already is going to be in the top 2 or top 3 in the Eastern Conference. Let's be honest. Even with Kevin Durant sitting out, they still look good. You know, I mean, that's what you're seeing because remember, all they really lost last year is really D'Lo. And probably one more person, that's it. But just the main person they really lost was D'Lo. That's it. So in retrospect to that, they lose Devo, they got Kyrie. So it really was a good trade-off for them. With somebody who has experience in the finals, experience in the playoff, for somebody who's an up-and-coming star. So it was a good trade-off for the Nets. But like I said, with the Lakers, man, I'm not going to, first and foremost, I'm not going to start like, okay, we need this person, we need that. I got to see them all gel. Because remember, we still got Kuzma out. You know, I mean, we still got Cook out. We still got Daniels out. You know, we got Anthony Davis out. We got a lot of players out. Dudley just coming back. So we got a lot of players out. So once after probably like during the regular season, we get to see what we got. But the preseason, all it basically is just to see who's going to make the roster spots. That's all it is. Now, keep this in mind. I will not knock, because Novell looked good. Kakak looked good because I like the way they play, but I just need consistency from those 2 guys when we play top-notch teams or when we play a team that's actually playing their starters that are trying to really play, whether it's preseason or regular season, compared to the Golden State Warriors who just playing their bench players because they went with a real small lineup to play their bench. And Lakers did too. I think Dwight Howard was the only big guy they had. Everybody else was the tallest person was 6'7". I think that was Dudley, if I'm not mistaken. So in retrospect to that, you know, we're just trying to see what we got as the same with other teams out there as well. But anyway, it was still a good game. I like what I seen, but I want consistency. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying this to the players. You know, at the end of the day, when you out there, make every game seem like your last game. Get out there, play hard. Try to fight for a roster spot. You know, because some of you guys, I believe, got good potential, but you got to show it against teams that's really playing harder than what you're expecting to play. You know, like I said, when you play the Nets, you got to show that consistency like when you play the Nets or any other team as it may be. But the Warriors, it is what it is with them. They're still trying to fight themselves. Anyway, it's your man, Urban Lover. Like, share, subscribe. Get in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this game. Tell me what you think about some of the young players. Who you think is going to make the roster cut. Also on top of that, who you think is going to stand out? You know what I mean? Like I said, so far, to me, Novell and Cook look pretty good, but I need consistency from those two guys. And not to lie, I know that he's the Greek Freak's brother, but I like Baby Freak too. I like his game. It's kind of raw, but it seems like if you work with him and develop him, he could be all right. I think that's why the Lakers picked him up, because they look at him like, you know what, we could take this guy to the G League, develop him, you know what I mean, and he could be pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see what the Lakers do. Anyway, it's your man Urban Lover. Y'all take care. I take care. We all be safe. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video.